So, which sutra we are on?
Next sutra is svapna-nidrā-jñāna-ālambanaṃ va.
Okay, this we can take up without referring to any principles from yoga, because this is quite common a principle in Tantra also. We utilize it, and there are many sutras pertaining to this. In Shiva Sutra, there is a description of it, where it is said that first sutra says, Tritaya Bhokta Viresha. I'm going in the reverse order. Tritaya Bhokta Viresha. Right? And it begins from, anyone remembers? Jagrat Swapna Sushupti Bhede Torya Bhoga Sambhava. Okay. All right. Then it defines Jnanam Jagrat. Then it says Swapno Vikalpa. Then it says Aviveko Maya Sushuptam. All right. And then Tritaya Bhokta Viresha. Anyways, from the perspective of yoga, it is said that by understanding the three bands of consciousness, which is clearly defined in this sutra, what is it?
Swapna-nidrā,
Jagrat, Sushupti.
Jagrat, Swapna,
Jagrat,
Sushupti.
Sushupti. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. These are the three states in which our consciousness moves. And we are all in the search of the fourth state, which is referred to as Turiya, fourth state, which permeates all the three. And when we understand the secret of these three states, and we are able to enjoy, means Tritaya Bhokta Viresham is the one who is capable of engaging with these three states of consciousness and fruitfully so, in control. And what is our control? Our control is to be aware of it. That what is my current state of consciousness. All right. So, yoga does not teach us that within Jagrat, within the wakefulness, you have Swapna Avastha also, and you have Sushupti Avastha also, which means you have dreaming state in Jagrat as well, and you have deep sleep state in Jagrat. So Jagrat has been further divided into three, which is Jagrat Jagrat, Swapna Jagrat, Sushupti Jagrat. And then, if you have understood these three, Jagrat Jagrat, Swapna Jagrat, Sushupti Jagrat, these are the three states which will happen, which will occur even in your wakefulness, which means the wakeful consciousness, waking consciousness, what we call. Okay. So now, in the light of Tantra, let us understand what is Jagrat. It says Jnanam Jagrat. Okay. Jnanam Jagrat. But our philosophy says Jnanam Bandha. All right. So whatever we know in Jagrat, Shiva Sutra, Number 2. What is it? First sutra, Chaitanyam Atma. Second sutra, Jnanam Bandha. Okay. Jnanam Bandha. And now Jnanam is being defined again here as Jnanam Jagrat. So what is your bandhan? What is your bondage? Just correlate and you'll understand. Your bondage
Not being
is,
aware. Not being aware is bondage.
No. Whatever you know is your problem. Whatever you know is your problem, is your bondage. Because you don't know things or you don't perceive things as they are. Because of avidya. Okay? You don't see things as they are because of avidya. Second, because of limitations of indriyas. That is why you don't know the reality. So though you can say Jagrat is that state where I am fully aware, fully awake, fully know things. And therefore, here at least there is a possibility of knowing the truth. The problem lies with our own way of looking at things. One, and second, the limitations which we are provided with. The limitation of indriyas, limitation of intellect, limitation of our own mind, limitations of other vasanas and vrittis, limitation of mamakar ahankar, limitation of raga dvesha. These are the limitations. Tantra covers them as ashuddhis or malas. Here, there is only one sentence for that, one word for it. It's a avidya. In yoga, we'll call it avidya. All right. So how do we actually utilize this particular sutra from the perspective of yoga? Only yogis can tell. Yogis will tell what is to be made up of this particular sutra. That by focusing on your states of consciousness, you would be able to concentrate your mind. You see, all the methods are being given for removal of obstacles and concentration of mind. All these methods. Right from where we defined that abhyasa vairagya abhyam tan nirodha. Afterwards, everything which has been given in these sutras is talking about further augmenting the practice, because you don't know what is abhyasa. Vairagya has been defined. What is abhyasa? Abhyasa was also defined. But you see, the abhyasa was not given. Nothing was given as abhyasa. Abhyasa was defined what? What was it? Tatra sthitau yatnau abhyasa. That was abhyasa. Where? Tatra means where? Tatra sthitau yatnau abhyasa. That was defined. Where to stay? Was that also defined? What is previous sutra?
Previous was Abhyas Vairagyabhyam Tanirodha.
Correct. You see, Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tanirodha. That means Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Tatra Sthito Yatno Abhyasa. Which means to stay in that Chitta Vritti Nirodha state is Abhyasa. Tatra Sthito. Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. This was clear. Now, that was also referred to as Samadhi. Yoga is samadhi, nothing else. Yoga is not pranayam. Yoga is not pranayam. Yoga is not asana. Yoga, in the most authentic terms, it should be samadhi. It is taken as samadhi only, right? And samadhi means your chittam being consumed by one object, whatever it be. Depending on what the object is, different types of samadhis happen. Those are also defined. Vitarka, vichara, ananda, smita, etc. Right? Right? So whatever samadhi, whatever object you choose, whatever feeling you choose, based on that, your samadhi will happen. Here, samadhi is the prolonged state of dhyana, or what you call meditation, dhyana. Begins with dharana, because when Patanjali will define in threadbare, step by step, he will tell you that from pratyahara to how we move from pranayam to pratyahara to dharana to dhyan and then samadhi. Correct? So this is the way. So you begin with dharana only. If you don't know how to enter in dharana, forget about dhyan. And as per Patanjali Yoga Sutra, if you don't know how to restrict and control your sense organs and organs of actions, which means pratyahara, you can't do dharana. Straightforward. Okay? And how will you be able to do that? Two things. Tivra samveganam asanna. Only when you are intent upon it. You have high intensity for that. You have highest desire for that. Tivra samveganam asanna. Uske baad, after that, he also says mridu, etc. See, mild hoga to mild hoga. But for those who have intense desire for samadhi, intense desire for chitta vritti nirodha, this will happen. For whom it will happen? Those who are in vairagya. So the whole philosophy of yoga is rooted in vairagya. If you are not able to ignite vairagya, forget about yoga. Because without vairagya, chitta vrittis will not come under control, or they will not cease any moment. Only in vairagya, even if it is temporary, even if it is mild one, you are able to have lesser and lesser vrittis of your chitta. Correct? Everybody should know this. And let us not complicate things by getting into too many jargons, too many commentaries. Straightforward. Step by step, straightforward. There is no point knowing so many things when you know you can't attempt even a single out of those. What is the point? Right? So it is, the best one is Abhyasa Vairagya. And later on, Patanjali will define. If you are not the candidate, the highest one, then Tapa, Swadhyaya, Ishwar Pranidhana. Okay. Now, how many of you are capable of Tapa? Even that you will say, no, forget about Tapa. We will not be able to take that. Right? So, you need to decide whether yoga suits you or not. Common sense. Okay. And when you go to Ashtanga system, it begins with Yama Niyama. Okay. Let's go there now. It's straightforward. Go to Yama Niyama. What are Yamas? Just go there. Find Yamas. Go there. If you are not able to root yourself in Yama Niyamas, forget about it. So yoga philosophy per se is very difficult to pursue. Yet you can take, in part, you can utilize some of the principles, which are very, very beautiful principles, Because the whole system talks about how our mind is, what is the function, how it functions, how it can be tamed. So many things are given. So that we can definitely utilize. Samadhi is something for which in my personal experience, I can tell you, Samadhi is something for which so many even experienced, most seasoned sadhakas of yoga are not yet proficient. Okay. This way. Because it is a straightforward chitta vritti nirodha. It is not utilizing the capacities of mind and somehow coercing the mind to engage in certain activities, because mind wants to remain active. We can fool our mind by engaging it in some kind of activity. That is the way of Tantra. It doesn't ask you to stop the mind. It says engage the mind in some other activity. So that it spirals into a bigger and bigger, larger and larger, circumference. And your experience of this vritti or the mind, movement of mind, takes you from the experience of individuality to cosmic experience. Right? This is what Tantra does. Yoga will ask you to, like a strict headmaster, you will say, quiet please. We all have a poultry farm within cock. It doesn't get quiet. And the reason, he says, it is because you lack vairagya. You don't want freedom from what you are engaged. Whatever you are engaged in, you don't want freedom from that. That's simple. As simple as that. So will it work? Sorry, it won't work. But anyways, since we have picked it up, we will discuss. And whatever sutras we can pick up from here, whatever understanding we get from it, we will utilize it in our own practices of Tantra, which we are anyways practicing. Okay. So there it says the three, focusing on the three, knowing the three, Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti will make you calm your mind, get control on your mind. And let me tell you, even it will probably be able to ignite some vairagya in you, some better understanding. Even the vidya will increase. Vidya means the right way to look at things. Calling a spade, seeing a spade as spade. Right? So when we become aware of Jagrat, what do we know of Jagrat then? Suppose we don't bring in the concept of Tantra here. Let's go by normal understanding. That Jagrat is Jagrat. We are wakeful here. We know the world as it is. Correct? So now think about it. Contemplate over it. Does the world remain the same all the time? Can I be really say that something which I own, because you own a thing, you put a finger on something or person or something, you say this is mine. If that thing was yours, which you put your finger on, the thing has gone, the thing has deteriorated, it has changed. The next moment itself, the thing has become different. Only if you remain aware of it. Correct or not? You suppose you say, I know this person. The moment you say, I know this person, what do you mean by that? Do you know the body of that person? Do you know the mind of that person? What do you know about it? Think. Is it a right statement, correct statement to say, I know this person? Then I'll ask, what do you know about that person? What aspect? So tell me, what aspect you know? But we live in this avidya because we are not putting our awareness on whatever we are observing, whatever we are experiencing. We are not questioning it. Is it not? Put your hand on heart and ask yourself, are you following this principle? Are you evaluating it? Have you ever evaluated your own statements in the light of whatever philosophy you know by now? Something which never changes, we are looking for that, for sure. Is it not? And we know everything, whatever we know, through our indriyas, through our intellect, everything changes. And we are looking for something which never changes. Correct, na? We are looking for something which never changes. Otherwise, if that thing, after so much effort, if that thing, whatever you receive at the end, after so much effort, putting everything to, putting all your relations, possessions, ragas, relationships, enjoyments of life, whatever you think is worth enjoying, you're enjoying, but you put it in dustbin for that something which you receive at the end of it. And even if that also changes, then there is problem. Yes or no? Because you want that something which should not change. Yes, your experience should remain as it is. If that is called freedom, moksha, shanti, ananda, whatever it is, that experience should never change. If that experience also changes, you will feel cheated. Yes or no? Correct? So basically, our search is for something. That something, which is of course giving you, making you experience bliss. That is what is our aim. And it should not change. So if our attitude is to remain engaged in this world and make such statements which are rooted in falsehood, so our attitude is not direct, it's not attuned. See, our vision is not attuned to look for unchanging, eternal, continuous. That element we are not looking for, because our temperament has contaminated, it has become corrupt. Our temperament is to claim to know a thing which continues to change, and then we again over this we say we know it. Right? You never take this, that if you knew a person a year back and say, I know that person, I know that person. Did you ever consider when you make such a statement that it has been a year and the person might have changed? Did you ever consider that? You are ready to give the benefit of doubt to yourself. You for sure think, I have changed a lot. You see how biased and how much blindness is there in our view when we look at others and when we look at ourselves. How much blind we become. Even we know that, well, that person is useless, a cheater, or this or that. Even that needs to be challenged. That person is not good. How many of you say? How many of you say this is statement, make this a statement? That person is not good, not good. Person is not good. Is this correct statement? Think about it. So that means more and more aware if you become about the world and the way you interact with this world, the way you perceive this world, even with your limited senses. I'm not getting there. Even if with your limited senses, whatever the limitations of your senses be, taken, accepted. But within those limitations also, whatever truth is presented to us, we don't evaluate it ever. Correct or not? Second, even in Jagrat, don't you know that the people who are born, they die? How do you know? You know that? Okay. Have you accepted it? You know it, right? And you are Jnani, Jnanam Jagrat. I'm not bringing it. Of course, you know that people die. Have you accepted it? Giving 100% awareness means accepting the fact as it is. Analyze your waking state and look at this world in your wakefulness, in your awareness. And when we start doing that, I can tell you, your Vairagya quotient will go high. And also, when you'll point fingers towards others, you'll find three fingers are pointing towards you. And then at least you will have some inquisitiveness. Otherwise, you'll say, I know. What do you know? Nothing. And that's the problem. I know is the problem. And Tantra is correct when it says the problem is that you know. Without knowing, you know. Right? Yes or no? They say, I know there is death. So if there is death, accept it as it comes. For you or for anybody else. Ye rona dona kyun? Why so much hue and cry? You know it. You know that you change over time. People also change. Are you viewing the world like that? As a dynamic flux? You are not. You are holding on to something and then say, I know. That thing, that one point, that one event maybe, that one behavior maybe, or maybe 5, maybe 10, doesn't matter. 100. How does it matter? That does not define a person in totality. So being aware of wakefulness is what you can do. Right? Being aware of your dreams, of course, when you are in dreams, hardly you will know that it is a dream. So there is no point saying that you analyze your dreams. You will only be doing post-mortem. Right? But something which needs to be understood from your dreams is that it's no different than the waking. It's no different than the waking. What is the difference in waking and dreaming? Tell me. Anyone. Why do you say that dreams are not real and this waking reality is real? Is there any continuity in our experience? Or there is no continuity? Let us analyze that also. You'll have to have higher degree of awareness and very sharp intellect. Then you will see that there is no continuity even in your wakefulness. Okay, let's take it this way. At 9 p.m., whatever time, whatever date, you decided that you want to sleep. Okay. At 9 p.m., you slept, let's say. And I'm not considering dreaming and deep sleep here. Whatever you pass through, after 8 hours, you came back to waking consciousness again. Okay? Correct, no? This is what is your experience? Acha, tell me. After 8 hours, what is same, exactly the same, whatever you had left 8 hours ago? What is same? Nothing. Nothing means nothing. Look at it closely and then you'll understand. Your own body aged. Whether you realize it or not, or whether you need a microscopic eyes to look at one more fine line there on your cheekbones, maybe. But you are aged. You are aging. It has changed, right? The food which was here has traveled a long distance, right? And in between, you don't know. Correct? In between, you don't know. When you slept, this was full. Now, Madhya Pradesh is full. Okay. Look around. What is continuity then? Do you think you are meeting the same person in the same state whom you left 8 hours ago? He has also changed. What is continuous? There is no continuity. Think about the rivers, think about the winds, think about the planets, think about the traffic, think about the glaciers, think about the monsoon. Anything you put your, drishti, you'll see it has changed. So where is the continuity? Okay, you'll say, no, but I wake up on the same cot or same bed or same memory foam every day, and I find that, yeah, this remains the same. Is it? Even that doesn't remain the same. It also ages. If it did not, then you buy it and your 100th generation will be sleeping on the same bed. If it did not change. Every day it changes. Which means in 8 hours also some change has been there. In the house which you live has also changed. So there is no continuity. There is no continuity. In dreaming, in waking, there is no continuity. Both are same. Okay. Anything else? Anyone can point out?
Acharya Ji, in terms of continuity, but let's say, for example, let's say there is a plant in my house. I water it, let's say, for example, it grows a little bit from today to tomorrow. So isn't that also continuity? I know it doesn't remain the same, but it moves in a direction that feels like continuity. So maybe that is what kind of fools us.
Okay. So you are saying that I see a little bit ruly word here. Is it not? So some sort of rules are being followed, nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. Right? But there is no continuity. You're saying, yeah, things are happening, but I think they are happening as per my calculation, as per my expectation. Yes? Acha, very good. I think you need to be myopic to say that. Acha, tell me, how many new stars are born in 8 hours? How many new galaxies are formed? How many galaxies are consumed by black holes in 8 hours? Was it your expectation? Was it your calculation? How many people, you slept thinking that when you'll wake up, you will find everything intact, but in the night, somebody came, stole everything. Is it continuity as per your expectation? Calculation? No calculation. Abrupt things. So everything, everything, you seem to be deluded by this feeling that there is a rule. As per rule, things are happening. In fact, if you ask a scientist, especially the quantum scientist, they will say there is no rule. It's only probability. It's only a probability. You thought that the sun will rise in the east tomorrow also. It may happen so that tomorrow the sun doesn't rise from the east. It's a probability. And most often than not, it is meeting, and therefore you say it is a rule. There are no rules. No rules. Right?
It appears that there is no difference. It's just because of the conditioning, I sleep with a conditioning that when I wake up, it will be the same. It's almost like when I see a very good dream, there is sometimes this desire, if you wake up in the good dream, oh, can I go back to the same dream? So it almost feels like that when I sleep with that intention that it will be the same. Otherwise, probably there is no difference. And
well, I'll tell you what is the most fascinating thing about this desire. You know what? Your identification with your own body. Okay, I'll tell you. If each morning you get up and you slept with this body and you appear in a different body, you see, suppose you slept as Alpana and you woke up as Neeraj, body of Neeraj. Okay. And Neeraj sleeps as a Neeraj and gets up as Shailaja. Or somebody else, any Kallu Halwai type. Anyone. Anybody. And if this continues to happen, I think you have crossed this will be gone. Only your desire is to experience this body, these senses, whatever is being fed to you through these senses, that's your desire. You want to experience again and again. Correct? And the same reason for becoming to wakefulness and becoming engaged again like a bull or ox into that what you call कोल्हू का बैल की तरह. We do it every day. Because we want to be fed with this stimulus which comes through our senses. It's only raga towards the vishayas. And the only thing which can supply you this vishaya is your body. So basically the highest raga is being in the body again. Being in the body again. And the same body with which you are comfortable. At least you know there is back pain, but you won't exchange your body for back pain. Jैसे Shivatsa ka le lo Alpana. Shivatsa has no pain. Will you exchange your body with it? No, I'm okay with my body. See, this is the longing, the highest desire. And therefore in Vedanta and other systems you'll find that they will say body identification is the biggest hurdle. Okay? This is the biggest hurdle. And now, be watchful again. Become more aware of the waking state. Do you have the same body again and again? You don't. Even then, you are in raga with this body. From this little baby, you have grown to this age without change. Every day the body has changed. But still, you are still saying, this is the same body I have. You see, scientists tell us that every 7 years, not a single atom in our body, not a single cell in our body remains the same. That means from the day you were born, that means you were conceived in your mother's womb, from that day to 7th year of your life, all your tissues which your mother lent to you are gone. You don't have that body. Okay? So whatever right mother had on the child, it was only up to 7th year. Well, at least 1 or 2 tissues must be there, which she lent through her body. Beyond that, mother has no right because they are the culmination of the food consumed by the child himself. Yes or no? So your body continued to change. But you still say, this is the same body which I had in my childhood. Really? Ask yourself. That means becoming aware of the waking state. Are you really aware of what is happening here? You are not, because you turn a blind eye towards whatever is happening. Patanjali says, be aware, become watchful of what is happening in this waking world. That will be able to create detachment. And the root cause is detachment here. Once you create that detachment gets ignited, immediately you'll find that your these are getting quieter and quieter. Correct? Because no impulses, no desires. Slowly, all your desires are dissipated. This is what happens by just becoming aware of what is happening around me in the waking state. Analyze each and everything, including your own mental, emotional, physical state, including the world you experience. Give it a very close look and see what is there that you are really hooked on to, that you call, that you love this, you hate this, you own this, you accept this, you reject this, you want this. Nothing. You'll find nothing. Only by becoming aware. Patanjali says that you need to analyze it with the same zeal, with the same yardsticks, each and every state. Not only waking, dream also, deep sleep also. Right? What will happen about the dream? How do you analyze? Patanjali is not saying that you analyze your dream after waking up. Okay. Patanjali says analyze it, become aware when you are dreaming. Actually so. Because that is real analysis, or else it's post-mortem. Real analysis is a dynamic process, a real-time process. It has to happen when the events are happening. Because so many things, when through the passage of time, they lose their importance. They lose their intensity also. Yes or no? Can you be angry about the same act which is done now to you after 10 years from now? Can you get the same kind of anger? The bout of anger? After 10 years, I'll forget about 10 years. After 10 hours, some intensity change will always be, howsoever big that blow to you is. Yes or no? So here, the dynamic flux which is falling upon our consciousness or our chittam needs to be analyzed by our intellect or buddhi then and there. Which means we don't have access to dreams. So forget about it. So why Patanjali is talking about it? He's talking about the highest sadhaka, who is aware in the waking also, aware in the dreaming also, aware in the sleep also, kind of. And the sleep aware is not that during sleep he is aware. No. He is aware, and Yoga Sutra defines it clearly. Tantric literature gives us a clear understanding that deep sleep is a deep sleep for the yogi, for the bhogi, for everybody. Please understand that. Becoming aware of deep sleep means you are aware of the moment when you entered the sleep. Beyond that, you don't know anything. Right? That's the awareness of sleep. Don't think that you'll be sleeping and be aware also. Forget about sleep then. Yes or no? Because that is what the state of consciousness is. Deep sleep means deep sleep. Becoming aware of that moment where from the sleep starts. If you're aware of that moment, you'll say you are Jagrat in your deep sleep. You're Jagrat, knowing in your knowledge you slipped into sleep. For example, this example will clarify. Suppose you are in your waking state, somebody comes and gives you a blow. Comes from the front and gives you a blow on your head. Right? And then you faint, or you become unconscious. Right? What will you say? I know up to this moment, beyond that I don't know. So means what? You became unconscious, conscious. Conscious, consciously means in your awareness. Understood? You became unconscious while you were conscious. Correct? You know that when you became unconscious. That much only is awareness about deep sleep. Right? So don't think a yogi, when he's sleeping, he can overhear all your conversations and come back and tell you, bhai, tum log kya baat kar rahe the? Main to so raha tha. Main sab janta hu, tum. This is not the way yogis sleep, please. Don't think this. Don't imagine. Yogis also sleep the way we sleep. Please understand this. ये ध्यान से हटा दो, ये मन से भावनाएं हटा दो कि योगी हो जाएंगे तो हम तो इधर सोते रहेंगे, उधर दुनिया का उधर शेयर बाजार में भी चलता रहेगा भारत. ऐसा नहीं होता. It doesn't work like this. Deep sleep means deep sleep. Understand? So here, Patanjali says that you have to become aware of your waking, be fully aware what is happening in your wakefulness, then become aware what is happening in your dream. And dreaming state, of course, you can remain aware throughout. That's a possibility. But deep sleep means entering into deep sleep is known. From here, I went to sleep. From here, I don't know anything. Here onwards, I don't know. I entered into deep sleep. Okay? And when you come back, waking, you again know that here I further entered into my dreaming or whatever, waking consciousness. That much you know. Correct? So this should be forgotten by us because we can't. Normally, if I ask you that go and analyze your dream spontaneously when they are happening. Acharya Ji, पता ही नहीं चलता हो तो जागने पे पता चलता है कि सपना देखा. तो उधर एनालिसिस कैसे करेंगे? How will I analyze? So forget about that part. The only part remains with us where we can work is waking. So therefore, I gave 100% attention to this part. Continuous, you can apply your vidya here. Can you apply your vidya in your dream? You can apply your vidya in dream. Think about it. Not possible. Not possible. Is it clear? So basically, Patanjali gives a very elaborate method here for the highest of the sadhaka. Please understand, this is Shambhavopaya of yoga being discussed here. Okay? For the highest caliber people. Abhyasa vairagya abhyamta nirodha, and these things, these augmented practices, little more. Adding do this also, do this also, do this also. Do japa also. Do Maitri Karuna Mudita Upeksha also. Do this also. Ekatattva Abhyas also. Everything. Whatever is being told has to be done by the highest caliber sadhaka. Forget about highest caliber. I don't think any one of us will qualify to be the lowest category of sadhaka as per yoga discipline. I'll tell you why. Go to the lowest category sadhaka and look at what it says, what is demands from it. It says yama, niyama. Idhar hi fail ho jane ka hai. Khatam. Out of syllabus. Baki sab to. So basically what we are saying is, make use of this little bit. At least start using this philosophy in the perspective. What Patanjali is asking will help if we start applying it in whatever little amount we can. It will help us in developing a better ground for taking up any suitable practice, not yoga then, if not yoga then, any other practice which can help you. Correct? So, I think I gave you just the pointers. Each one of you can find out what to be aware of. Howsoever, you apply yourself, depends on you. Is it not? As much as you want, you can apply. As much as you want to become aware of this waking, you can. And I can tell you, still so many things you will omit. ठीक है, ये सोचते हैं, ये नहीं सोचेंगे, इसके बारे में will not think. From the waking also, Patanjali says become aware and apply your vidya, apply your thinking, contemplate on things in your awareness, challenge, question. You'll say, ठीक है, इसको question करेंगे. We will question this part, but not that part. I'm not comfortable thinking about it. Huh? We are comfortable dying without getting freedom. Yeah, we are comfortable. We are comfortable being constrained for even the slightest of movement, put up in a prison, in a dark prison, for 9 months. You're comfortable. But we are not comfortable applying vidya. So think about it. Unless you have priority for that, freedom which you are seeking, nothing, you'll remain in your so-called comfortable zone, which is the most discomforting thing you are going to experience. Yes, Jagrat, you can. Okay. All right. So, are you aware of all these things? Yes, aware. Death is there, disease is there, old age is there, cheating is there, everything is there. Are you aware of it? Yes, I am. Will you face it? Yes, I know I'll face it. Will you take it when it comes without, Rona Gana? That's important. No. And it will be, and allow us to be human. What do you expect? Are we machines? Vidya ka matlab kya hota hai? We will never cry. We will never feel emotional. Kuch bachega. Because when you stop being human as per this philosophy and adopt everything they are teaching, preaching, you will not remain human. You will become Devata. You'll become divine. You'll experience the same world, but your outlook will be completely changed. And of course, the Manushyas and Devatas, they feel differently. They interact with the world differently. If you're Atma, then you will become Mahatma. At least this much will be done. And Shudratmas, Chota Atmas like us, and Mahatmas don't think alike. They think differently, they perceive differently, they feel differently, and they respond differently. This much should be known to you. So if you drop being human, then only there is a possibility of becoming Mahatma, becoming Divyatma, becoming Devatma, whatever. or else continue to be human. ठीक है, अब अपने बच्चों के बारे में तो लगता ही है, लगाओ लगाओ, who's asking कि मत लगाओ. अब अपने बच्चे को नहीं होगा तो चोट तो लगाओ. अब अपना ही पति बेवफा निकल जाए तो लगाओ. क्या? What else? What else? What are your other problems? None. Other problems are common problems. Every one of us is going to face disease. Every one of us is going to face old age. Every one of us is going to face the death. Everyone. No change. So what is difference? Little bit difference here. Somebody is interested in kabutar. Somebody is interested in, flock of sheep. Somebody is interested in chota bacha and all that. What else? No difference. Somebody is concerned with the little hut, somebody is concerned with the mansion, somebody is concerned with the estate. No? These are the changes, nothing else. Otherwise, everything is same. The same template will be followed. Everybody will go through this. Rog, Jara, Mrityu. And in your life, dukkha is inevitable. होगा ही होगा. और सुख इतना मिलेगा. Later on, Patanjali will tell you that even in so-called sukha, there are dukkhas. Okay. So you think it is sukha, but actually it is dukkha. So please remember, if you start analyzing your life in the waking, you would know there is no sukha in this world. You will arrive at the same conclusion which Patanjali is going to teach you later. Try that, and you'll arrive at the same conclusion, that even sukha is not sukha. Sukha also brings dukkha. Rather, if you have experienced a sukha, you will have more dukkha. For those who haven't, there is hope. You can still be deluded for long. You can still live in hope. Some dukkhas are not yet in your kitty to be suffered. See, somebody who's having, let's say, a very affluent lifestyle, let's say. You use car. Suppose this is taken away. You have used this car. You have enjoyed the sukha of car. If it is taken away, or forget about it. A day it meets with an accident. It's not available for you. Something happens. Flood comes. It is washed away. You don't know where it is gone. Do you think you'll be able to be in that state in which a pedestrian and lifelong the person who walked on foot will be? You will not be, because you had experienced the sukha of car. You'll suffer more. Which means every sukha brings dukkha at some point in time. That way. And how it will be evident? Am I going to any sutra here? No, I'm just looking at this particular world and analyzing it. That is what I'm doing, yes or no? You can also do it. Patanjali is asking you to do it. Karo bhai karo. He says, analyze karo. Aware ho jao. Become aware of your waking. Become aware of your dreams. Become aware of your deep sleep. The other two states of consciousness, we drop anyways. We don't have access to that. So, waking karo. ठीक है ना? तो एक्शनेबल के साथ जाया करो, एक ज्ञान के साथ नहीं, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ा. डजंट मैटर. कितना नोट कर लिया, कितने नोट्स बना लिए, हाउ मच यू हैव रिटन, इट डज नॉट मैटर. At least some actionable should be there. This actionable is hidden in this sutra, that live your life but don't live your life blindly. Live it with lot of awareness, and all the vidya, all the knowledge that you have, you must put to use while you're experiencing this world. That will help in calming down your mind. Initially, it will not be so. I'll tell you. Initially, it will not be. Because don't you know that those who become drug addicts, do you know the journey of drug addicts? When they go to rehabilitation camps and etc., etc., you know what happens? If that drugs are withdrawn, they go through a lot of pain. That's called withdrawal symptom. So initially you will not like it, let me tell you. If you'll apply vidya, new insights will come. You will not like the taste of it. Withdrawal symptoms will be more. You know? Because you'll find yourself singing Mera Sundar Sapna Tood Gaya. It's Sundarta, because we were looking at it that way. Closed eyes. इतना सुख मानते थे, सुख बचा ही नहीं अभी. Because we became watchful. So, simple thing. We will take it forward if you want next time. But for today, I think I've given you enough to chew. Enough to chew. And I'll know you will not chew. You will throw it. So anyway, खुश रहो, जहाँ भी रहो. इतना तो कर ही सकते. बस दुखी होना नहीं, इतना ध्यान दो. Refuse to be sad. Refuse to suffer. ठीक है? इतना कर सकते हो, इतना करो. इसके आगे बोलो अपने से नहीं होता. नहीं होता तो कोई बात नहीं. खुश रहो. फिर भी खुश रहो. My philosophy is very simple. Either whatever you have to do, if you are capable, do it. If you're really, hell-bent that you want to do it, work on your capacity and do it. And if you're not thinking of doing, don't do it, but be happy. Don't crib. Don't complain. Be happy. Wherever you are, whatever you do, this much at least you should do. In this way, you will be able to create some sense of this life. Will make something better of your life. At least this much is assured. All right? कोई बात नहीं है. If you don't become yogi, if you don't become Patanjali, if you don't become Maharshi Vedavyas, if you don't become Yajnavalkya, if you don't become Panini, doesn't matter. Be what you are, but be happy. My message. You want to analyze, analyze. Don't want to analyze, don't analyze, be happy. Okay. And I can tell you, all of you should look at it. You are not happy. You are not happy. Don't lie to yourself. No, I'm happy. I come here only for learning. I come here only to know more. No. You're not. Because the one who is happy, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? There is nothing to be known. जैसा है वैसा ठीक है. Everything is okay. नहीं पता चलेगा तो क्या हुआ? If I will not know Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Shiva Sutra, what will be problem? I'm happy. Be happy. And I can finally give you one clue. That the Moodhas and Gyanis, they conduct their life in the same way. So why to struggle so much to become Jnani? Remain a Moodha and conduct yourself happily. Simple, straightforward formula I'm giving. All right? And use all your philosophy to pose that we are Jnani. Whenever somebody asks, why you don't do this? Oh, so, the moh maya. Right? Use your philosophy to justify whatever you do. And be happy. Makes sense? This is better sadhana. Vidyarthi, we have to become. I only want Vidya in my life. This much you have to decide. If Vidya is to be earned, not for only keeping it in the wraps of your books, it has to be used. So whatever little you have, I can tell you whatever little you have, please start applying and you'll find it is too difficult to apply even that much with whatever I know. Whatever little I know, I can't apply. So why am I going on collecting all those ornaments which I'm never going to wear? जो फिट ही नहीं होने वाला. Will never be ready for such ornaments. Are we not doing the same? Look at your own life, look at your own attitude, and see what is happening. भाई सॉरी, ये पतंजलि ने नहीं बोला, ये मैं बोल रहा हूँ. ठीक है, ओके. पतंजलि ने तो जो बोला वो मैंने आपको बोला. आई टोल्ड यू. Thank you. Let's close it here. Thank you. Let's pray and then we. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shivoham.